And we're here with Rainier Avenue Radio's Lyrically We Stand. Thank you so much for being here today. I am your host. My name is Niela Maryam. I am here representing the Freshest Roots organization as well as Rainier Avenue Radio's Lyrically We Stand. We come here every third Wednesday of the month to do an hour-long show of just conversation, poetry, song, rap, whatever it is, and just sharing your own testimony. So again, thank you for being here today. And we are just going to kind of start the conversation. Speaking of conversation, one thing that I learned recently and was coming across in recent times was about the art of communication. What does it mean to actually communicate effectively? Right? Giving eye contact, right? Saying hello to people and making sure that you actually have a genuine connection when you speak with someone else. There are so many ways to communicate, and I really believe that that is something that our ancestors have paved the way for. And I think that the design of communication has been misunderstood over the generations. So I brought a book today to share a little bit, and it's called Native Science. Native Science, Natural Laws of Interdependence. And this is by Gregory Kahete. I'm just going to read a little piece about what the ancestors believed around the art of communication and the breath. So what it says here is that language is an expression of the sacred because it contains the power to express human thought and feeling and to emotionally affect others. Breath consciously forms and activates the parameters of communication. In traditional tribal education through language, thought, prayer, chanting, ritual, dance, sport, work, story, play, and art. Among American indigenous peoples, these traditions of communicating to develop the spirit has continued to evolve for the last 40,000 years as a way of seeking and finding one's life and completeness. It has gone through changes in form and expression, reflecting and changes and transformations of the people. Given the diversity of American indigenous spiritual traditions, it is impossible to talk about them in generalities. However, they all come from primal roots that continue to share and express universal perceptions and concepts. For indigenous peoples, what is called education today was traditionally a journey for learning about being fully human while living in a relational universe. Learning about the nature of the spirit has considered central to learning the full meaning of life. And that is the art of communication. Thank you. Hi. Okay, y'all. So, lovely, beautiful people, thank you for being here. Since you're here, I'm definitely going to call you up because we have an hour to fill, and the theme is communication. So with that, would either one of you like to come up and just share a little bit about yourself? You can choose to talk about anything. It can be a little bit about why you're here today, or you can share about your experience and your knowledge around the beauty of communication and how you express that through your life as well. Anyone want to come up? Yeah. Tell us your name.
Anthony Gonzalez.
Anthony Gonzalez. Give a round of applause for Anthony Gonzalez.
So I guess I'm from New York originally, migrated to Seattle when I was young, been here for a long time. My mother's from Trinidad and Tobago, my father's from Puerto Rico, and my wife is from Panama. So it's interesting, the topic of communication, because I have a good friend of mine who's deaf, and on the job, it's really difficult for him to communicate because in a lot of ways when you're in a work environment, people they speak. and they don't do a lot of eye contact and things like that. And it's very detrimental for him. And one of the things that I noted was the Native Americans, when they spoke, they also signed. And I thought it was such a better way of communicating because your voice only carries so far, but sign language carries for miles. It's line of sight. So along with your spoken word, your body language, and your sign language, it just seems like it should be a more, it shouldn't have been something that was lost. It should have been something that was inherited and picked up by all the other cultures. We do sign sort of with our hands as expressions, but not for meaning. So that's just one of the things that I noted about language and speaking, and something I think would be really interesting if we could reintroduce that. So that's my take on it. Thanks.
Yeah. Okay. Give him a round of applause. That was beautiful. Wow. Okay. That's a deep thought to talk about another aspect of communication, right? To be able to express through body language, through eye contact, through head nods, right? But also through actually utilizing language with your hands and expressing in multiple ways. I like what you said. Imagine if the ancestors had actually been able to carry on that tradition throughout the generations, and we were able to enhance that and expand that across the globe. Just imagine how many more ways we'd be able to communicate with one another without even speaking a word, right? Yeah, okay. So with that, we are going to keep it going. Is there anyone else who would like to come on up and express a little bit? Oh, yeah. Okay, brother. Yeah, come on up. Give a round of applause. Tell us your name.
My name is BK Talent Scout. I do a show here called BK Presents. Comes on Tuesdays at 9:30 a.m. and Sunday at 9:30 a.m. Last month, I did a poem called Sisters, but tonight I'm talking about Black champions. When you look at a black man on the playing field, you call him a black champion. When you think of Michael Jordan, you call him a black champion. But when you see a black man walking down the street, you question, is he a champion or is he a thug? When he sits by you on the bus, you get nervous. You grab your bag and you don't know if it's a black champion or a thug. I am a black champion because of who I am. I am a black champion because of why I am. Why do you love black champions? You root for them on the football field, but you put them in jail when they're walking down the street. Do you really respect a black champion? I love my black champions. I am a black champion. Why? You are a black champion if you do what you do and you do it to the best of your ability. When you practice your craft, you are a black champion. When you do your dance, you are a black champion. When you love from your heart, you are a black champion. Not to be feared and not to be revered. How do police people look at black champions? On the field, they root for them. In Las Vegas, they arrest them. But I am a black champion. When you see a black man with a jersey on, know that he's a black champion. When you see a black man watching another black man win, know that he's a black champion. How do you feel about black champions that are in your life every day? I am a black champion.
Yeah, y'all give it up one more time for Brother BK. Okay. Oh, did I say it right?
Yeah, you did it right.
Yeah, okay. So please, brother, tell us a little bit about what inspired that poem, and how do you exercise being a black champion on a daily basis?
Okay. I wrote I think of my poems. I don't write them down. I formulate them in my head. My niece works for the Golden State Warriors, and she also works for the A's, and she works for the Raiders. And my sister was like, "We're sending you a hat. We're sending you a hat." So this is a champion hat, a real hat from Oakland, California. This is the real deal. My family's cool, man. And reason why I wrote this poem in my mind about Black champions, because when you think of a champion, you think of a winner. When you think of a champion, you don't think of a loser. When you think of a champion, you want to show that person respect. When you think, ooh, when you think of a champion, you want his autograph. When you think of a champion, you listen to everything they say, you watch everything that they do, good or bad. Black champions always win.
Okay, get it now. That was a poem on the fly yet again. Okay, so with that, again, art of communication, that is what we are here for, and that's what that is all about. So thank you for sharing that with us. Also, I want to say that reminded me of the breath of life, right? And how the breath of life can happen in expression through the voice. It can happen through something physical like dancing, like the wonderful people we saw here today, right? And it can also come in the art of a hand gesture, right? So with that, let's bring up the next performer. Is there someone that would like to come up and be a brave soul and express yourself up here for the world to hear and be inspired? And drum roll, we got someone. Give it up, y'all. Clap your hands. Tell us what your name is.
How's everybody doing? My name is Gustavo, and I want to talk about confusion. Confused. If I stand in a corner anywhere on Rainier Avenue, like I did 48 years ago, it's a black man. If I go downtown, it's a black man. Up north, went to school, Nathan Hale, black man. Pero si hablo español y quiero hablar el idioma que yo nací, aprendí y lo sé, ¿quién soy? If I speak Spanish, who am I? A black man, Hispanic, Latino, Caribbean? What is it? What I want to say is, it's a great thing to have this beautiful color in the skin. But in order for you to know who I am, you need to go up close to me, not in front of the microphone, and talk to me. Don't let the color of the skin dictate who I am. I'm proud of who I am. Black, Afro, Latino, Caribbean, Panamanian, satellite, world person. If I go to Panama this time, I wouldn't even ask you where you're from. I don't ask this young lady where she's from. My friend, I don't ask her where she's from. We're all the same. I had to learn that in order to be in this wonderful, beautiful country that I grew up in, I need to talk to people, communicate with people, so we can spell any confusions on who I am. I'm proud of who I am. You're proud of who I am. Let's get together like this and be all proud of where we stand. Gracias.
Wow, that was powerful. That was powerful. Yes, would you like to come? Okay, and so with that, we are going to continue to transition and bring up another amazing, amazing voice. Are you ready? Come on up and tell us your name.
I am Mercedes Gonzalez, and ever since I was a kid, I never liked talking, but I realized that there's something important in saying what you mean. And when you don't say anything, but you really want to say something, you're screaming. That's what a teacher told me one time. And I realized that it's so important to say exactly what you mean, but say it with love. And it's hard to think with all this on my head, but that's basically what I have to say. Thank you.
Yes. Tell us your name one more time. Say it. Oh, Mercedes? Okay. Thank you, Mercedes, for doing that, because there are people who have powerful, amazing things to say, but don't feel that they have the courage to do that. And so even for you to come up here and say what you just did, even if it was not a lot, you just gave someone else the courage to potentially come up here and say more too. Huh, Arturo? Okay, so with that, we are going to continue the show. Can we please give it up for Laura?
Hi, I'm Laura, and I have a piece of poetry that I want to share with all you guys. This piece I wrote for people that I share in Wellness and the Recovery Conference, and it's called Limitless. Once you become fearless, life becomes limitless, just like the colorful horizons in the sky. You become limitless when you overcome what holds you back. Rocks and pebbles can block the flow of water, but also the flow of water into a new direction of life. A life full of possibilities. Once you take a deep breath, be still, let go, soar, life begins. Thank you so much. I'm just gonna.
You're welcome.
Okay, y'all. And then also, just to make sure that we give a quick shout out, y'all give it up for KD, our musician for the night. Yes, amazing job. Okay. So it's just interesting. Every time we do this show, there always seems to be a theme or a lesson of the night. And one thing that I'm really picking up is that the art of communication and the breath of life can be expressed in so many ways. And when we break through our own fear and break through our own barriers to find our voice, then that is when we spread life to others to be able to continue that and bring it full circle. Another lesson that I am seeing pop up is that we are a beautiful, beautiful global people. And that is so powerful. And that language and that love language is continuing to spread in so many dialects all across the earth. So with that, we are going to bring up another amazing voice. Is there someone else who'd like to come up and spit something for us? All right, y'all, give it up for Ethos. Give it up, give it up.
What's good? Sorry, it's a habit to take these out of the stand. My name is Ethos. I'm here with my man, Ready Ron Beats. Yeah, can I get a round of applause for Ready Ron? Thank you, guys. What I do would not be possible without him and other artists like him in Seattle. I moved here 7 years ago specifically for hip hop because the scene here is incredibly talented, amazingly diverse, and communicative, I've found out. Not always in a good way, but that's what we're working on. So it's funny how it was mentioned that there's always like a theme, even though there's many different diverse voices and variations of art being shared. So what I'm gonna do tonight is an a cappella version of a verse that's on my album that Ready Ron is producing. It's called Bad Made Beautiful. It comes out pretty soon. I don't know exact date yet, but we'll get there. This piece is called Fading Memories, and I wrote this a long time ago as a way to communicate with somebody who I can no longer communicate with physically. And I think that's one thing that art is used for a lot of people, is just as a way to like really get those thoughts out there that you don't have a direction to put anymore. So rest in peace, James Powers. This is for him. Quick to enlist with the flick of the wrist, fading memories evading while I'm bathing in bliss. I reminisce of moments spent with those that I miss, cherish the image in my mind like an unopened gift. I just wish that we could sit and talk for a minute. But now you're physically gone, so impossible is it? Obstacles in this never-ending scrimmage called existence. We're fighting for the freedom to see my dreams to the finish, living life vivid, a view through technicolor vision, a skewed truth burned blue into wisdom. At a loss for words, I'd like to win some. It seems I miss you even more every time that I mention. These dark clouds are hanging over my head. I walked around in the sun, the only one getting wet. Cold rain on my thoughts, say what needs to be said. So I speak about the memories of you and the rest. I've lost less than some, surely more than most. I put down a drink, but I would to make a toast, specifically for every soul already gone ghost. I wrote this as a September summer, Pacific coast. Just because I'm living doesn't mean I'm not missing you. Wishing you were here with me, standing there visual, like a tear in time. I smile at the rituals, things I think daily to keep the image true. Gently get beat that I breathe over the beat. Try to live beneath the city, underground for the streets. Those who live inside society can hear their simple sounds. Need to start the silent rioting by living life loud. You'll miss the moments when they're melancholic memories. Life is your opponent for the greatest fight in history. Lies can drown the simple sounds of your symphony. Visions of peace, my realization sent to me. Used to feel empty, awakened every day depressed, knowing I would witness pain and have to go to sleep a mess. Deny nightmares that break out in a cold sweat. Try and stifle fear or frightful of our own flesh. And how improbable is it to play the lotto and win it, or start the race late and be first at the finish. Birth of an instant where your worth is persistent and intelligent wisdom is presented to children. They call us pilgrims. We're the pioneers of the promised land. Overcome the old, build a new from within our hand. We walk the path long, learn how to set a pace. Although now you're gone, never will I forget your pace. Yeah, fading memories. Thank you guys. Mad love to Avenue Radio, our wonderful host, everybody, my man Ready Ron. Yo, can we get an acapella out of you, bro? Yeah. Can we get Ron on the mic? Is that cool? Yeah, all right. Round of applause for my man Ready Ron.
I'm Ready Ron. How's everybody doing? I got a pretty strong voice. I'm also Afro-Latino. I'm Panamanian. Yes, sir. Out of Brooklyn, New York. So I can do this. Is that better? Yeah. September 13th, this year I celebrated 12 years clean and sober. Is it okay if I share my testimony? As I look out the window, things just ain't the same. So I looked inside myself to see what I could change. First things first, see, I stopped getting high. I stopped with the nonsense, living a lie. I stopped selling crack cocaine. It's all good, because I still get crazy respect in my hood. I stopped with the phonies that want to see me fail in King County Jail for doing drug sales. I stopped with the women that never gave nothing, because when I had nothing, see, that's when they fronted. I stopped hanging out in Chinatown when it was hot, and now I don't get profiled by these local crooked cops. I stopped complaining that life ain't fair while I was wasting my time down in Pioneer Square. I stopped blaming people about things that don't change. See, because if I don't change, then it all stays the same. Thank you.
Okay. Give it up one more time for that. That was powerful. Yeah, man. Okay. So, of course, things are always popping up for me as every person comes up. And one of those things is that it reminds me of this quote. The way you think manifests the way that you speak, and that manifests your actions and your circumstances. And so all of that is energy being translated from one form to the next, right? And so when I think about that, I remember that oftentimes when we think of how can we get that instant reward, or how can we just get what we want out of it, and we're not thinking about the long-term consequences of a thing, it can cause us to find ourselves around energies and environments that we didn't expect to find ourselves around. But that is the power of energy. And so again, when we're talking about communication, our energy is communicating with one another as well. And that was just a beautiful and powerful testimony of that. So with that, we are going to keep the show going. Is there anyone else that would like to come up? Okay, Queen, please come up and tell us your name.
Good afternoon. My name is Blanca Prater, and I'm from Panama. Live here in the US for over 25 years. I believe this subject is expression. Expression is a beautiful term where it manifests in many different phases. People dance, sing, people have tattoo, piercing, people develop different ways and ability to showcase expression. I think expression is a way that identifies an individual, but it's a beautiful thing because it's authentic. It's something that unified us too if we maintain that expression and put it all in base of a communication. Imagine the world being a little bit different if we all take a minute to express ourselves and communicate any type of feelings and emotions. I think we have to make sure to never forget the one thing that we always need to hold on is the love that we feel about each other. That way the world will be a little bit more different, and the respect that we own to ourselves, those values and principles. Love. Thank you.
That was beautiful. Okay. And so, again, my name is Niela Maryam, and I am here with you with Lyrically We Stand. You can always catch us first Friday of every month at Langston Hughes Performing Arts Institute as well for the Freshest Roots Espresso Open Mic, where we have a mission to provide pathways and platforms for artists to cultivate their passions in the arts. And we also celebrate the diaspora of Black people and make sure that we do that in every thread of how we do our work. So with that, let's get ready for the next performer. Is there someone else who would like to come up and spread some word? Okay, Cole, come on up.
Hey, hi everybody. Check. So I've never done this, but I was so inspired by everybody that spoke. It was beautiful, all the poetry, everybody kind of sharing how they feel about different issues. And so I just felt compelled to share a piece of my own. Again, I didn't come prepared, so I might drop it in the middle, but I'm gonna do my best. This is a piece I wrote a while back. It's called The Color of Sound, and it kind of fits into what everybody else has been talking about, so I hope you guys enjoy it. They telling me that deep thinkers make the worst speakers, but speak on selling drugs and you'll be a chart peaker. See, I don't like to dumb it down, but I'm a smart teacher. I know Black lives don't matter, only dark features. Did I reach you? Probably not. See, I ain't been hip since the gentrification of hip hop. Damn, they killed pop. When I listen to Biggie, still feel chills pop. Now what I'm hearing is simply how to sell rocks. Whoa, Bobby, don't do it. But Bobby on drugs, too influenced by the music. Bobby want the house with the pool and the jacuzzi. Bobby just forgot, it's real life, it ain't a movie. This is the color of sound. This is my mother is brown. This is I grew up in a nation where they patiently pound on the hearts of my people. Our auditions ain't equal. Subtracted our written records and divided us Hebrew. See, I've been digging my roots. I know knowledge is fruit. Peel my skin in the booth and lead the rest of the youth. Said I've been digging my roots. I know knowledge is fruit. I peel my skin in the booth and lead the rest of the you. My mama taught me quick, don't let the reaper teach you. And if the coppers stop us not to move a finger, I still mannequin challenge whenever coppers be passing. I know how quickly harassment can lead to brothers in caskets. See, the verdict is backwards, the outcome is the same. But to ask how come, well, that's truly insane, because, you know, I know you already know, but I see it shakes your feathers when you hear Jim Crow. So you listen to this cage bird sing. Dropped it. So you listen to this cage bird sing. Entitlement and luxury ain't easy to leave. Wonder if it catches up to you when catching your Z's, or do slaves do that for you even off in your dreams? I offer my seeds of wisdom to the children of the lost tribe. Feeling unappealing, lost your vision, so I brought mine. No too many Bloods and Crips can't tell you about their bloodline, but they say living in a trap beat, standing on a landmine. Damn. What's the color of sound? Is it red, white, blue, or is it dirty and brown? I said, damn, what's the color of sound? Is it red, white, blue, or is it dirty and brown?
Okay. So tell us a little bit about you. Tell us where you're from, and tell us where we can find more.
Again, thank everybody, man. Honestly, I love having opportunities to listen more than I speak. So it's awesome listening to everybody. And I go by the name of Anthony Arlene. I probably didn't introduce myself. I'm a local artist, is like everybody in this room, and I make music, man. You can find me on Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, all of the above. And I'm here. I intern here as of yesterday, so I'll be here probably doing more with Niela and things like that. But thank you very much for your time.
Okay. All right, y'all. So again, you are here with me, Niela Maryam, with Lyrically We Stand. And this is all about language and the expression of language and communication and the art of communication. And so with that, as you can see, we are getting plenty of that tonight. And we're just going to keep that energy going and keep that energy alive. And so with that, is there anyone else who would like to come up and express themselves? Please give it up for Brother Corvus Blackbird. Give it up, give it up.
This is the sound of colors bleeding on the floor. Pores open as doors close and open, and poses pose for poses who suppose to pose. Retreat, falling from the tree of bigotry. No strange fruit hang from this tree. Your story, glory, gold. Fold, bold, like in the hold of a bottom of a ship, 9,000 miles. Trials deep as blood drips, stained lips as lips crease against the crease of eclipses. Who's taking sips is serendipitously lipped, latched against the best, broken, soaking down from years of fears and tears dripped, eclipsed from the mind, line like in line, but the lines been laid like layman's laid on ley lines, lingering in time. Too handsome for these ransom. We grandson stand tall as the sun. Every star in the sky, as above, so below. That's why we so fly. You can look in your first eye and be that guy or girl. Whatever swirls like the curls of hair, swirling like the sigil lines of the universe, unfurling your mind. It's that time. It's your time. So go ahead and shine like Omi said. All my grandma's dead, so ain't nobody praying for me. I'm that light that you see shining so gingerly. Come quick when you feel it, it's that electricity. So frequent by the freaks you see. Frolicking through the streets they be, savagely looking for that meat to eat. While their mothers weep in the street, we want that heat to hit the beat. Who's ready to keep gates clean for the savages? Won't your spleen stay wide awake in the middle of this dream? Stay wide awake in the middle of this dream. Stay wide awake in the middle of this dream and cast your dreams in the stream and go fishing. You the fixture, you the fishing. Thank you.
Come on now. You know I got to interview you. Come on. Okay. So, Corvus, please. So, I have known you for a couple of years now, and every time I hear a piece from you, I'm always like, was that off the top of the dome? Did he write that? Did he practice that? Can you please tell us just a little bit about what inspires your pieces? Are they just gifts from the universe that just come in and come out as you're in the moment? Or are they something that kind of come to you when you're in your alone time and something that you process through?
I find I wasn't going to get on the mic because I'm moody. So I get on the mic to feel better. That's what I did when I was standing over there. I was like, oh, everybody's sharing, so let me just make myself feel better and share. That's my motivation. What I do, yeah, what you said. It's off top. I'm just trying to figure stuff out, and I'm letting my mouth move while I'm doing it. And I'm with all of that. And yeah.
Okay. That was dope. So again, the art of communication just continues to come back into this room. When you speak and when you force yourself to get out of that mode of stuck energy and you move and transfer that energy, whether it's through your words or whether it's through physical movement or whether that is just through processing and thinking something through, you are transferring energy so that that energy can stay moving and fluid. So thank you for doing that, and I hope that that did help you feel better. Okay, so with that, is there anyone else who would like to come up and share some words? Okay, with that, give it up for Robert. Give it up, give it up.
What's going on, guys? This is a poem I wrote for a song on my current album I'm writing right now. It's called I Am. Are you still willing to believe in something? Are you alone and afraid, or is your mind wide open? Where are you now? Where are you now? Because I don't know who I am. Who are you? Who is I? Where do I begin? Where do I lie? Can I tell myself I love you? Where are you now? Where are you now? Where are you now? Who is me? Who is not there? 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 Are you almighty? Do you even care? Because I see an ocean of hurt on the southern shore, and I cry for mercy. Because I don't know who I am. Who are you? Who is I? Where do I begin? Where do I lie? Can I tell myself I love you? Thank you.
Okay, so Robert, tell us a little bit about what inspired that poem for you. And also, you do an event as well, right? So could you tell us a little bit about where to find you for that one too?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I participate in 2 local jam sessions. One's called Express Yourself over here at the Hummingbird, and then also the other one's called Hummingbird Sessions, which is also at the Hummingbird. That song I wrote when I was in a really depressive phase and working through a lot of things, I guess, socially, global, geopolitical, and just trying to figure out the current state of the world. And that song is hugely about identity. And I realized in a huge way that in Western society, the isolated identity is critical in separating individuals by thinking of ourselves as singular. And so if you think about the letter I, it has this isolating effect. And it's not really a reality, it's kind of a delusion or a illusion, because there is nothing that is singular and it's all integrated. So as far as that's kind of what the song's about. Yeah, cool.
Okay. Yes. All right. So with that, we are just going to kind of keep things going. So is there anyone else that would like to come up and express themselves on the stage tonight? We're having, okay, here we go, y'all. Give it up for Mackenzie. Give it up, give it up.
Hey guys, hey, now you're gonna make me stop. I said you're gonna make me stop one day. I just said you're gonna make me stop one day because you be always making me come up here. I know, but what I have to say is just yesterday, right? I was in the Apple store at South Center, and the music was playing in the background. It was just Jay-Z, and I put some, no. Okay. Okay, and I put some white music, which is like T.I., Wiz Khalifa, and stuff like that. And I went to the guy was saying, yeah, good music, and I told him, and I told him it's hard to concentrate white. Yeah, that's not funny. Okay, I tried.
Yeah, y'all, thank you for showing Mackenzie some love. Mackenzie is one of our brothers on the Freshest Roots organization, and Mackenzie is an aspiring comedian, so he has been working towards that craft and communicating his love language through that. So thank you so much for that, Mackenzie. Okay, so with that, it looks like there's some really anxious, really excited faces to come up here and get on stage. Is there anyone else that would like to come up and express themselves? Okay, please give it up for Okisha. Give it up, give it up.
All right, so I totally forgot this was today, and I had to write this on the bus ride down here real quick. So it's it doesn't have a name to it yet. But here we go. Hooked on me like hooked on phonics. A black beautiful stranger, European, trying to learn the Ebonics. Seattle gentrification, getting rid of authenticity like they did the Sonics. Culture vulture. Who you rely on when there's nothing left? When we're all gone, property, dignity, identity theft. No spots left in the ground to lay our souls to rest. Crowded in one church, wearing Sunday's best. If we weren't meant to look alike, unoriginal, carbon copies, man-made, you call it how I see it, fucking incest. Miss America, blonde hair, blue eyes, glorious. Current times, balding and thin, ickly, sickly, stressed. I get to take her place, do it better. Take home best poet and dress for the gods, my jaw, so heavy I am blessed. Blessed to be bold, tell stories untold, stand tall, stand short. Babies born, you still abort, young children still alert behind the screen, grown folks obscured, no calls to action, absurd. One mic, one life, one word, love, and the beat goes on.
Okay, Okisha, please tell us a little bit about what inspired that poem for you.
As I've stated before, numerous of times, I've been writing for a really long time, since I was 9 actually, and I just started to write to where I can do spoken word. And with a lot of things going on, I feel like my voice is definitely my passion, one of my greatest passions, and I like to write about things that are current, but mix them with a little bit of empowerment, a little bit of things that I'm dealing with, and all my poems have like an eclectic scheme going on. So there's never one topic. It's always like a couple of different things I'm running throughout the poem. But this one was just, like I said, it was on my mind. I was on the bus. I was seeing different things, and things that are already on my mind, on my heart. I just tried to include it in there. So thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay, so we are going to bring a guest back up so that she can tell us a little bit about the organization that she's here representing. Okay, please give it up, and tell us your name one more time, please.
So my name is Blanca Prater. I'm the co-founder of Panama Folklore, Bailes y Alegrías Panameñas. We're here today to go ahead and just regenerate the word expression. So we're a nonprofit organization. The expression that we implant here in the community is celebrate and cultivate a mission is our folklore. Through our dances, to our music, to anything that delivers into the world folklore. One of the things that we're looking forward in one of those projects is we're going to be going to New York City. It is coming October. Our representation is Miss Mercedes Gonzalez. She is the queen for 2018. We're going to be representing Panama. So that we inquire the community to help us out to make that goal come true. We have an event at the restaurant Mojito in Lake City Way. It's going to be September 30. We'd love to go ahead and have everyone to come and visit, greet, and get to know the queen and be part of the Panamanian community. That day is going to be fun food, music, just celebrate. One of the love and passions that we inquire and we deliver is the fact that our traditions, our culture are so deep into our roots. We're happen to be Panama, multicultural base. We have from anything from Indian, Native, we have anything from white, and we also have the Afro descendants. So today we happen to come up from an event early in the day, and we are dressing up with that type of attire. We're representing the community Congo. Congos happen to be a community Afro-descendant slave. They were migrate to Panama toward the Atlantic side. And we're happy to go ahead and do some dances early in the day for that event. And that's what the attire is representing too. Thank you for the opportunity and to deliver the word expression as what we have a mission, which is our folklore. Thank you.
Nice. Thank you so much. Okay. So with that, family, we're just going to keep the show rolling and bring up some other amazing artists. So with that, please give it up for James. Give it up for James, y'all.
All right. Well, this is rad because I said I'd do this. So I said I'd do this. And it's interesting because I've been writing a lot more, but I don't really want to pull out anything that I've been writing because it's like all for music I'm releasing soon. So I think I'm just going to say some stuff. In an instant, I look in a different direction and know these things that I see and all affect in questions that could be answered but not. And so I've landed back on both feet, but I leave. About a second later, I know I'm not messing around when I ask myself for an escape. And wait, I stop that. Maybe back at it again, or maybe not. The end is near inevitable if I do anything except act full of myself. So I belt out into the distance. With something ripping and tearing away at my soul, I coil it back up and hide it back in a place so deep I can only put it out when I'm behind a rhythm or beat. Man, I think that I mean that if I act mean or not or overcompensate with nice, I can do things right. I kind of linger back on both sides, but man, I try to be bright. As all could it be. So now, before I take my leave and just retreat, I'd like to thank everybody for being here.
Great job, James. Okay, so again, I am your host, Niela Maryam, here representing Rainier Avenue Radio's Lyrically We Stand, and we are talking about the art of communication. So with that, we are going to bring up the next person while the show is going. We have probably about another 5 or 10 minutes here. So with that, please give it up for Jamar Smiley. Give it up, give it up.
One more person for me. There you go. What's up? Oh, that's kind of loud. Ooh. How y'all doing, huh? Yeah, yeah. All right, breathe. Say something. Just let me know you're still there. Usually I do little pieces. Brother, you okay with the drum today? You okay with the drum? I'm just gonna do something short. Yeah. Okay, cool. I'm gonna do something short. I don't even need the drum this time. Because last time we had it. Last time it was perfect. But it's all good. Usually I do stuff like whole pieces and whatnot, but I'm just gonna do a little something small. This is my book. It's called The Epilogue. It's coming out October 1st. So if y'all wonder why I got the copy, it's because this is the proof copy. But I'm just gonna read a little something from my book here. And then if y'all like what y'all hear, y'all can find it on Amazon October 1st. It's called The Epilogue. Pull it up, or you can find me on Instagram, smiley_exp. The piece is called A New Nation. So all the pieces in my book I know by heart. So if I'm not looking at it, it's because I know it, all right? So we'll be good. Living life on these tracks, moving at roller coaster speed. Every inch of me reaching out for that posted need to manifest the mysteries, to gloat and boat and heed of past knowledges from the members of broken deed. As bonds become shattered, what matters becomes hopeless. Blinded by the glare of the gold is one's focus. Robbing our ancestors and passing to sons soulless. The leaks and the tweaks of this world, these ghostless people will reveal and connive your heart's interest, then break your mind down, leaving you scarred senseless, to build you back up through the walls and yard fences and watch you strive on the street from a dark distance, hoping that you pick up the rock from your snorting peer, knowing that the trap was set by a pork and queer, handing cookies to rookies who have the court in fear, so it's always more than a who that Horton hears. Back to square one, and 2 strikes you'll be sitting bench. To succeed, you'll have to learn to bear that whip and pinch. But slave days is over, so ain't getting lynched. But you'll need more than Gatorade for that hidden quench. Now you feel successful, reaching your potential max. With every step towards the top as your mental crack. Nothing but clothes on your back and the essentials that
will help you lead a new life, but the simple fact is that you're still a boy. Nigga, you just riding coach. We want your whole colony, you just a guiding roach. And now that we subdued the rage of this violent oath, we could turn the whole jungle into silent folk. So what? We showed a broke thing a new working way. A little blood and sweat and tears never hurt to pay. The least that you can do is thank us for your perfect stay in the slice of hell you know as the world today. That's all I got for y'all today. Again, if y'all like what y'all hear, the book's called The Epilogue. It's out October 1st. That's my little thing. You can find me at smiley_exp, the Smiley Experience on Instagram. Appreciate you, brother.
Yeah. Okay, so y'all, I know that a lot of times artists like to remain humble. However, this amazing poet actually has a book release coming out pretty soon here. So Jamar, do you want to tell us a little bit about it? Yeah, tell us about it.
Yeah, so my book's coming out October 1st. I'm gonna have a book release party on November 11th. It's gonna be from 7 to 11, but I'm gonna be signing books at 6. So I'm just like, if you follow me on Instagram, I'm gonna be plugging it all through like social media. It's gonna be on Rainier Avenue Radio. It's gonna be everywhere. I'm in between 3 rooms right now. So once I guarantee 1 room, then I'll be like, yo, it's here at this time. Everything's good. But there's gonna be food. There's gonna be drinks. There's gonna be artists. It's gonna be a whole little thing, and then I'll be there performing, and then my book's gonna be there too. Cool. So come check it out. If not, y'all missing out, but that's on you.
Give it up for Jamar Smiley one last time. Oh. Okay. All right, y'all. So again, my name is Niela Maryam. We have been talking so much about the art of communication and self-expression and the different ways that we move and transfer energy. And so with that, we are at the tail end of the show. So is there any last brave, just very anxious and excited voices that might want to come up here and get on stage to close the night out? Mackenzie, you want to come up again? All right, y'all. Give it up for Mackenzie. Give it up. Give it up.
This is gonna be quick. All right. This is gonna be like the most funniest thing you ever heard. Okay. All right. It's about friend zone. Okay, I'm in the friend zone too. It sucks. It sucks being in the friend zone because I'm trying to get out of the friend zone and score a touchdown. Whoa. Okay, bye.
All right, y'all. Give it up for Mackenzie. Okay, so that actually concludes our show for the night. We have talked about communication in so many different ways. Communication was flowing tonight. Communication was popping tonight. Some communication got a little stuck and mistranslated tonight, but it's all good because that is the art and the beauty of communication. So again, I am your host, Niela Maryam. Thank you so much for being here and have a wonderful night.